everyone, thanks for coming over. I'm Dawn and I live in rural Cyprus in an abandoned village, or as some say, ghost town. And the country I live in, Cyprus, has more goats than it has people. Yes, and there are built up cities and the like, but overall, of the land mass, there are more goats than people. And the village where I live, there are only 6 people living in the original houses, and me and Mike are 2 of those 6. So slowly there are some more people coming and building and adding other structures to live in. But truly, of the abandoned village, the actual village houses, they're all the old stone houses. And I have done videos walking you around the original village where I live. And you can see how they've been abandoned when the war was here, the invasion by Turkey, that the residents just fled and went further up the mountains to escape the Turkish Cypriots that were lower ground, as the lower village was a Turkish village originally, not the area where I live. And they moved further on up, and you can still see today all the plates and shoes and things were still there, literally, as they'd left them, and they've made new lives elsewhere, and they're really just left to ruin, but you mustn't touch them because they are technically still owned. Well, that's a short little bit on that. Hey, Andrea, just finished watching your most recent video, and I've just finished editing a video with my special gift. Yay! I won't show it on screen right now because I've just made a video showing what I got. Yay! I love it. I really do love it. So when that comes out, do watch it and tell me your thoughts. Hey there, Gaming Ham. How are you doing? Nice to see you here. It's very good of you to come on over. Really appreciate that, as I do with all people, whether new, old. I've got some new people, so that's good to know. What do you say? Oh, yay. Laugh out loud. I hope they're fun. I didn't open it, so it could be funny for all the wrong reasons. I actually said on the video, I've opened it, but I've not opened it. So if you want me to open it on an actual live, or how you want me to do it. So I've seen it, but if you want me to actually open it in a live and see what's inside and all that, or what, I don't know. I don't know what you want to do. There is a story to it of collecting it. I don't say the story. Basically what it was, they hadn't put a slip inside, and the people who run the post office aren't there anymore. It was the most recent people. I've spoken of them before. They're a bit chaotic, and they were the ones saying during COVID you couldn't go in and collect your parcels and so on and so forth, and they weren't there. But Mike was saying that they've been putting slips in the wrong boxes, and they've been putting post in the wrong ones. He'd always get out post, and they couldn't be bothered because they were going, so obviously that to serve their notice, we're guessing. So that's probably where it was. And Mike went actually and he checked in the box again, and no slip in there, which there should be. But now I see it should have gone in the box. It was small enough, but Mike said he had to sign for it because it was tracked, so that's why it wasn't there. And the new people, and they couldn't understand why we hadn't got a slip. She said, oh yeah, it's sitting here. We took the number in that I asked you for, the code number. And I said on the video, thank goodness you had the tracking number, or else we just go, there's some parcel for us somewhere. So that's great. Oh, that's nice. Andrea's done the URL for the Gaming Ham. So Gaming Ham, do go and look up Digging for Health. So don't forget, Andrea, put your link up yourself. There's no one else there to do it for you today. So yeah, do that. Hope they found it. I hope it could be funny for all the wrong reasons. It says some questions on the back of the box, so I actually answered those. They used to do what you like with Well, I think we should set a date when Danny particularly's got to be on as well. So if you arrange, it doesn't have to be my normal live times. In fact, a different live time or the same, I don't care. But make sure you and Danny are free, because Danny was the one, particularly at that point when we were talking about that, when you said you was going to send something and we was all having a laugh. So find a date when you and Danny can both come on, and then we'll figure it out. Where are we? Working. Just take a coffee break, but I miss Cypriot espressos. The cold coffees. We don't like those. Yeah. So if you're watching this back later, do check out anyone in the chat. So we've got Digging for Health is Andrea, and she does lots of recipes, and as it says on the tin, Digging for Health, good living, good cooking, good growing. And Gaming Ham, again, says on the label, a really great channel. If you're into your gaming and other bits and pieces, do check it out. Always look at people's playlists as well, because if they do multiple things within a channel, always have a look there. What was I going to talk about today? I'm working 2 jobs from home. I care for my disabled mum. I run 3D printing business. I think 3D printing business is really cool. I've got a question for you then, because I've been doing lives recently talking about how here they're not allowing, they've actually made it law, there's to be no one-use plastic anymore, and all companies have just got until the orders have finished now. They can't make any more things. If that does roll out everywhere for 3D printing, am I right in thinking it's only a plastic compound used? And how would you go about doing something else? I'm assuming it is only plastic that you use for 3D printing purposes. Tell me if I'm wrong. What else can you use to make the components and the things for 3D printing? Because if there's any 3D printing companies here now, I don't know what they would do. And I did show this on my last live. It's still here. I need to put it away. That already we've changed. So Q-tips, as Americans say, but we call them cotton buds. They've already changed manufacturing the bamboo ones, selling the bamboo ones. And I'll show you inside. They probably don't look that much different on screen to you, but that is bamboo in the middle. I haven't used any of these ones yet. So as I say, they're allowed to still sell what's stocked, anything plastic, but they can't manufacture or order or sell anymore once the stock has gone. Hey, hey, Peter, you're still up. Still up. That's cool. There are recycled filaments on the market that can be used. Cool. That's really interesting. I did do one of my lives. I went through all the different types of plastic. That's interesting, because that was one thing. And I said the saddest thing would be the factories that are all set up to make plastic, basically. Hey, there's Peter's link. So do go and have a look at Peter's. I'm starting to backtrack on yours now, Peter, because I've been on there a couple of times lately and I've seen them all. So there's ones backwards that I haven't seen. So I'm going back through some of yours if I pop up on a random one, as I did this week. Oh, are you peering at my earring? My new little section. So I thought for Halloween, I don't know if you can see. Can you see my skeleton? I think last year I put this on my community post. See, they're quite big. They're not heavy, actually. They're not heavy. They're little skeletons, cool earrings. Yes, they're so cool that they're cold because they've got no fat, body fat. So they're very cool. I said it was a way to make sure I'm using all my earrings. I've got to show you different ones each time. We had the pigs with the bobbly eyes last week. The pigs with the bobbly eyes. I think I might do a video on my limited knowledge of filaments and recycled filaments. Thanks for the idea. Cool. Be interesting. They're supposed to have rolled this out over all of Europe, but I've not heard anything else, any other country right now. It's an EU directive. It's not something Cyprus came up with. It's an EU directive. So we'll see where we go on that. And talking of jewellery, I can't remember how I cleaned my jewellery last year. It was probably salt, lemon juice, something like that. If anyone can remind me how to clean my silver jewellery. All my necklaces are looking very tarnished. Being in the UK, yeah. It's probably salt or lemon juice, that kind of thing. If anyone can remind me, just use regular silver cleaner. Dawn doesn't buy anything. That's why I'm thinking it was salt and lemon juice. Dawn doesn't buy anything. I think I might do a video how to block low-paying ad networks. Name and shame the dirt. Yes, Peter's been having issues with the I've told you the story how YouTube's like crashing my subscribers, and this week it said another 10 have unsubscribed, but funny enough the money has gone up and the views more than normal, so we're back to this scenario again that I've got far less subscribers and more money. I think it's up to €6 now. Whoa. More money. So again, working out very basic maths, it means all of you that are actually watching my videos must be watching at least everything twice and playing back videos as well constantly, because the numbers do not add up. So we won't get Peter back on that again. TikTok ads are low, paying about 5 cents per click. What a disgrace. Let's go back. I've missed something. Peter, I'm not that famous yet. Laugh out loud. Put the silver items in a bowl. Oh, it's Neil. Hi, Neil. Neil-Alexa. That's why I'm calling Neil now, because Neil's like Alexa. I just asked something and Neil's got the answers. So like Alexa, I'm saying Neil-Alexa. Neil-Alexa. Put the silver items in a bowl, appropriate size, cover them with white distilled vinegar. Oh, right, let me write down. Right, I need paper. Wait. Oh, I've got to move a bit because I've got to the drawer this way. Wait. If I write, I'll wobble you. Wait, so if you wobble, it's because I'm writing. Bowl, are you wobbling? Cover with white distilled vinegar. Distilled vinegar. Sithy. Peter knows what sithy is. Distilled vinegar. Add baking soda. Add baking soda. Approximate proportions. That's YouTube for you, up and down. Yeah, it's a laugh. 4 tablespoons. 4 tablespoons of baking soda. For every, I keep losing where I am, that's why I'm like squinting. And white print, when you're running a YouTube live, if you do it through the YouTube one, it's white print on black this end, and that's the worst you can have is white print on black. Where are we? For every cup of vinegar, sithy vinegar. Stop putting comments in and it's going off the top. Leave the silver for 1 hour. The 4 Eniora, 1 hour. Meora, rinse with clean water. Rinse with clean Nero water. Dry well with soft cotton cloth. Cotton cloth. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I watched a really long ad on your video today. What was it? I always want to know what it is. It was very entertaining. 9 minutes? Good grief. See, I get, as Peter says, you get nothing for it. 9 minutes. It was you're saying cartoon kangaroo and a unicorn tour in Australia. Well, there you go then. Wasn't for slippers or muffins. Sorry about that. And there's Blind Neil's URL. Do go and check out everyone's channel, guys, if you're not already on them, even if it's for a hello and a thumbs up. Vinegar's great for cleaning and disinfectant. The arrow's over Andrea's comment. It's true, vinegar works well on everything. Gaming Ham, got to get back to work. I've got key rings to design. Cool. Send a couple samples out to America. Cool. Sounds great. Put it up on a community post. Everyone's got community posts now. If you haven't, you'll be getting it really soon. Doesn't matter how many people you got, you're all getting community posts. Apple cider vinegar cleans your inside. Have a great day. Yes, do have a great day. And thank you so much for coming along. It's great to see you again. Thank you very much. Peter, did you know if you had a pen mark on your pants, are we talking trousers? We're talking trousers. Remedy homemade is to soak in milk. It actually works. Yes, and the little girls that I used to teach, they used to have white ballet skirts or white tutus for shows or exams. And they used to go off colour, and we were told, tell them to soak them in milk, and they soaked them in milk, and yeah, brought them up great. I think it depends these days what sort of milk. I thought that was really nice that they added that feature. Yes, there's a lot more rolling out soon as well. Yes. Yes, let's just say that right now. There's a lot more rolling out soon. So hang on in there. Hang on in there. So let me put that somewhere safe. Let me put it up there, because then it won't get lost in the field of paperwork. I was nearly late. In fact, I was a minute late today because I was I wait 2 videos made, because you know I'm in the middle picking olives, so I don't come in and do anything. And I thought, right, I've got to get a couple of videos made up, not to post yet, but made up, edited, because I need to keep 3 for this channel every week edited, even if they're not posted, so they're sitting there. So I've always got 3 because I post 3 a week. So I did, Andrea sent me a gift, so I've made that one. I'll look in a minute, see when that's actually going out, because I think that's leapfrog now. This is what happens. Sometimes I make one, I think, oh, I'll post that one next. I think, oh no, this one needs to go now. Some are more time sensitive and some not so much. So then they end up sitting there. If they're just something, let's say I put the cuckoo one up recently, that's been sitting there a while. And then I might look and think, oh, hold on, I haven't done the animal one or something about Cyprus for long. So then I pull them out. So I don't always remember them all, but I always watch them before I post them in case you speak of. So, yeah, I thought, right, I've got to do that. And because I wanted to get 2 done, because I hadn't done one yesterday because we went out. And it was taking ages. It's the next one of Omedos, village a bit further up the mountain. And I did one showing the drive there. And then I posted another one sort of going in some of the shops there and just showing you a little bit. And then I had so much footage there, so I edited that one today. The next one, it's showing you the village houses. It's what you would call, I guess, town houses, but they're village houses, so they're more housey rather than sort of the stone houses that you get here. And they've all got they're kind of like, you go in like big gates, you've got a big wall and big gates, and they have like a courtyard but enclosed through big gates. And then sometimes they have a building within that, and then the house, and that building might be a toilet, or some are actually a small kitchen or a little washroom. And then you've got a 2-story place, and they always have a balcony. So I've shown you all those. I also show you the monastery there, and either if you're not into those kind of things, it's something quite amazing, and show you inside. You go in like a courtyard of the monastery, and I show you around there, and there's 2 bells, and I show you the 2 bells. And then I go in the churchy bit of the monastery, and yeah, that's awesome. And you might think, wow, this is a really like spectacular inside of a sort of churchy building, but let me tell you, all of the normal churches in Cyprus are all as elaborate. They're really OTT. So when you see that, it's not astonishing for people in Cyprus. That's how they all are. What else did I do? I show you glass works with like the stuff they've made. As I say, I walk around all these streets. It's like little, you can't really drive around them. They're like all narrow streets. And I show you the medieval wine press, and some other bits. So I was editing that, and it was so long, and obviously I've had to cut out background because people walking by talking, and you've got to think, what are they saying? So I just dub it all out and put music, and had to keep editing music in. And I thought, oh, shall I split this into 2? It's about, I don't know, 20 minutes, which is a bit long for one of my videos, but I thought, no, if I split it up. I think the last video I did say I was showing you all that, so it had to go in the next one. So there's that. Okay, no worries, Andrea. Where was I up to? What's this crazy phase of TikTok video shorts with people video eating or in the toilet or when sleeping? I tend not to even go on Tiki-Toki, Kiddie-Toki. I have better things to do with my life. I don't do Facebook either. How's your Greek speaking? It must be good. I speak Cypriot is my language, but I do Greek. I do Greek as well, but Cypriot is what I learned. So sometimes I get mixed up. Pronunciation is quite different. And some words are the same, some words are completely different. My daughter speaks Latin. I want her to learn Greek too. Core languages make it so much easier to learn more languages. Make sure she learns what they call modern Greek, because the other 2 types of Greek would be of no use whatsoever. Don't have Tiki-Toki. YouTube takes up my time. This is what I don't get. All right, I've got 3 channels, but some people put videos up more than I do, so it's comparative. Where is the time, particularly homesteady people? I mean, I have enough to, I made that plan up, my day plan, to fit everything in I really want to do. And it depends on season and what else is happening. Right now I'm picking olives, so I've got no time for it. I've just got to do, which is why I'm not really on people's channels right now. I still want to do my lives. I still want to post. If someone comments, I do try and message, but if you've got an answer from me recently, it's much more brief than my chitty chatty answers. I just want to keep up with that. But normally there's always something to do on a homestead or garden or whatever your thing is. Or if you work, a lot of people work and do YouTube. So I'm like, it's very hard to balance both. So I can't see how I would have time to even watch all these other things, let alone do them as well. So kudos to those who do. But then I guess there's other things I do instead, maybe. Who knows? Cypriot people. Cypriot. I tried to learn other languages, but I can't wrap my brain around them. If you speak English or American English, it's a completely different concept to all other languages. All other languages have all the different tenses. In Greek, there's 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 different tenses. 12 different tenses. And then for each one of those 12 tenses, it changes the end. If you've ever done sort of basic French, Spanish, whatever, they change because it's I write, you write, he writes, she writes, it writes, you as in lots of people, you, they. So the endings change of each of the verbs for that. But as I say, then you've got 12 different tenses of that. So you multiply that and it's horrendous. But if you already come from a language other than English that doesn't have all those, if you've already got all that aspect, you just change the words for the Greek or whatever language you're learning. So that's why other people say English is the hardest language, because to them the concept is completely distorted, which is why people speak English normally find learning other languages is hard. So English is actually a very easy language, I think. Hey, I've just scrolled back up. Hey dear Chuck, hey there. I got to just scroll back a bit because you've all been talking. Core languages make it so much easier to learn more languages. Cool. I don't have TikTok. YouTube takes up the time for sure. I've been talking about Instagram because, personally, I'm not into shorts. I feel YouTube is a creation channel for creators. But I've always liked the idea of, I don't know even what you do on Instagram now because I don't watch it either. But I like the original concept of just post something, and like I use a community post for. But I know you can do it on a laptop. But I just want to look into it a bit more now and figure it out if I can. But as we've been saying, time for doing it. I just like the idea of it. But we'll see. If any of you have got tips on that, I know Neil was helping me, giving me tips on that the other day. I'm debating it. Where are we? When you have all the social media, you share your stuff between them, increases your views or exposure. We talked about this in another stream you had. Yeah, you was giving me lots of tips and whatever else. And they're saying that now on YouTube, if anyone doesn't know, that you can now use part of your videos, and they've got a way now you can literally take out parts of that to make mini shorts. But I don't like when you get parts and you've seen it. This is part of why I don't watch other social media, because I feel, I kind of saw that. But yeah, if you don't know, you can now, instead of making new shorts all the time, you can go back to your old videos and take parts out and make shorts. They're desperate for people to make shorts. They're desperado. So how's Linda and Chuck? How are you doing there? Lovely to see you. I keep catching just like the last bit of your lives now and then. I was on, wasn't I, the other day one, and I thought, yes, I'm on, and you're not finishing. And then you were saying, this is just a quick one today. I'm like, no, I'm actually here. Oh dear. Where are we? Read that one. Most of my time invested in supporting other channels. Yes, you are great at that, Andrea. When I make my own videos, it takes some hours to film and then more hours to edit, but I spend 10 times that watching and commenting on others. This is what I found. When my subscriptions first of all nosedived, it was because I was behind the scenes setting up loads of people how to start a channel and things like that. So I was actually boosting YouTube, getting them on channels and helping them out behind the scenes, and then YouTube gives you a the news from YouTube today was they're considering getting rid of the thumbs up icon. Not the one down here, I don't think. They're talking about the emoji, the thumbs up, because people find it quite stressful. Not in the fact of if they get thumbs up or thumbs down, which is what they played with that one. Just like, what was the word they used? I can't remember what the word was they used today, but just like young people were saying, oh no. It was the old thing in England about 5 years ago. Children weren't allowed to put their hand up in class because it upset those that didn't know the answer. So they made them sit at a table and put their thumb secretly forwards on their desk if they knew the answer. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. While you're all here, this is probably my last shout out for if anybody wants to ask me a question for my Q&A, because I want to make that video soon. So if you've got any questions for me about anything, funny, serious, whatever you like, random, just send it to me anywhere in any comment or email, whatever you want to do under a video, but do put it's for your Q&A. And then what I do is I make the video up, and when I answer your question, I put a little shout out to your channel. So if you want a little shout out in one of my videos, you can ask more than one question. So don't feel you can only ask one. I know, Andrea, you said you missed out that call last time. So have I got questions from you? Oh, yes, I've got some from you up there. Andrea's done it. I've got some people's questions up there ready. I've got it hanging there. It's like to make. So if anyone wants to ask me a question, you can put it in here now if you want. So you don't forget, just put the Q&A question, because I'll just start answering it. Blah, blah, blah. There's a URL for... Oh, Blue. It's Blue in. Oh, Blue. Nearly missed you there. It's because you're Blue. How you doing, hon? How you doing? Nice to see you. Beautiful day here today, says Blinda and Chuck. I'm guessing it's Chuck. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm guessing it's Chuck on my phone this morning. So you know how I feel about phones. But I will make do. Bless you. I don't like mobile phones. Hi to my friend Chuck. I'm reading backwards now. It's Peter. 1:56 a.m. Thursday morning here. Must get some sleep. Barely awake. Stay safe. Best wishes to everyone. Great to see you, Peter. Yeah, everyone says, "Oh, I'm the future," but Peter's the future. So when you ask me what happened today, what's happening later today in the world, because obviously I know, because now it's 6:05 at night. So you're like, oh, what happened today? What happened this afternoon in the world? So I can tell you. I get my information from Peter because he's ahead of me. He's on Thursday now. I'm still Wednesday. I'm Wednesday evening and he's Thursday early hours of the morning. So I know what's happening in your history, in your future. Bye, Peter. Good morning, Andrew, on my phone. I read that one. No different than commercials for TV shows. Hey, Hans. People find thumb emoji stressful. Yeah, what's the word they use? Can't remember what the word were. It wasn't like the thumbs up, thumbs down, because they played with that for a while, because they thought if someone saw thumbs down on the video, then other people go, oh, that's a trend, and thumbs down it. I don't know why. My most recent thumbs down have been on the where I painted my jars. Oh, got lots of thumbs down on that one. You can't see it. Someone said, oh, they seem to have gone now. No, they've, for some reason, I just see it, where you look at your content when you post a video and you get all your list of all your comments, how many comments and all that is on there. And I think it was down to something about 85%. But when you work that out, if it's a high number watching, it sounds awful, the percent of what's left, but it's not that many. If you've got a video that's going to have, oh, there's a cat here. If you're going to have a video with 7,000 views, you're going to expect thumbs down out of all those people, because some of those are people who've just randomly come on your channel. I'm getting the cat. I bet you can't guess which one it is. Come on, darling. Oh, it's not Mr. Waffles today. It's Fossil. It's Fossil today. Is the light a bit bright for you, darling? Fossil's a girl. We've got 2 girls and 2 boys. Fossil's a girl. Yeah, the light's on. Yay. So we've got Fossil today. Haven't seen Fossil for a while. She goes up on the back of the chair here, so she's on the arm at the minute. Let me roll forward a bit, Fossil. So she's on the arm, so you'll keep seeing her head pop up. She's on the arm. There she is. There's Fossil. So, where are we? There's a link for Blue. Hey, Della, how are you doing? Smack that thumbs up, everyone. Thanks, Neil. Hey, Ashley, everyone's coming in now. Hey, Ashley. Hey, here we go then. Hi, Fossil. Oh, Andrew says hello. Oh, he's Fossil today. Oh, Fossil was the second cat. Pebble we had first, then Fossil, then Mr. Waffles arrived from stables, and then Kit arrived from somewhere. So adorable. Yeah, she talks a lot, so she will join in the conversation. Moving over to the computer, yay! So I can keep up while I run outside to take care of something for a minute. Great. How are you doing? How's Neil doing? Yeah, I know. You only got 1 comment. I know. Which one is the old Fossil? No. Fossil's sweet. Fossil's a good girl. You're rude, Ashley. I'm the old Fossil. That's what I call my parents. That's what they are on my phone, the Fossils. Yes, that's them. Or my mum. She's trying to tell you something. She's saying she only got 1 comment. There's only 1 comment. It was from you, Andrea. She was reading because she's a smarty. She wants some of that wine. It's not wine. It's not wine. I don't drink red wine anyway. I only drink white wine. Look, it says it. I'm going for the brands. Coca-Cola, you may send me just items. You don't have to send me drink. You can just send me things with your brand on. I'm quite happy with those. So while we're talking all things cat, I did mention this on my last live, that while I've been picking the olives, and I'll tell you how I'm doing on that in a minute, but while I've been picking them, Kit, the furry one, in case you get mixed up, the big furry thing, not Mr. Waffles. Kit, first of all, was on the ground eating the olives that were on the ground. Excuse the tail. Yes, I know. So he was eating the olives on the ground. And then he heard me putting them in the bucket. So he gets his head and his front legs in the bucket, trying to eat them out the bucket. Yeah. And then he's like, hold on a minute. As they're dropping out the tree, because I miss the bucket sometimes, he realised, oh, they're in the tree. So he goes up the tree, climbs up the tree and starts eating the olives off the tree. Oh, you got another hello from Ashley. Oh, I must thank you, Ashley, for the email. That was delightful. That was absolutely delightful. You need to put that up on your community page. That was so delightful. No, I wouldn't. It's only Kit. But constantly now, if he must hear them dropping in the bucket. And if he hears me out there, he runs out there and he starts eating them. And he's not, you know, a cat sometimes nibble a bit of something. He's eating them and he's eating loads of them. They can't be good for him, but then olives are good for you. I really don't know. I should really try and take the camera out one time. And he's like, he's like really enjoying them. And they're not squashy. And then Mike saw him today because I kept telling Mike. Mike came home and I said, look, he's eating them. He goes, he's eating the stone and everything inside. I went, yeah, and then he goes for the next one. Strange that, really strange. And then Kit keeps getting in the car. Mike opens up the car to put in stuff, or if he's going to collect water from the spring. So he leaves the boot like door. It's a side opening door on the boot. And he opens that, he puts them in, comes back, Kit keeps being in the car. Okay, that's strange. And then if any of you go on 40 and Broke channel, I don't know if any of you are linked with 40 and Broke, he's often in the chat. And he's talked about Merlin, his cat. And Merlin was on his windscreen of his truck the other day and on the roof and then on the windscreen. And he was trying to drive off and Merlin just wouldn't let him go. Well, you will get it, Ashley, because everyone's now getting it regardless of subscribers. Even new people now, as they're signing up to YouTube, they're opening up community because they've realised if people can't put things on that, they're not going to encourage people to come watch things. So you will have it. Yes, they're coming soon, Ashley. I've got friends that have just started. I've got their channels running and they've got like 20 views. 20 subscribers, no views, and they've got it already. Something in the olive oil they feel they need. Yeah, but how did he know in the first place? Although he's the sniffer dog. If any of you weren't here in my last chat, I was saying about how he got the ice cream tub down with the whole chicken in, and he's got teeth marks. I was going to show you it. And he's got teeth marks all in it. He's trying to open that. He's got very strong sense of smell, so he's lacking. I always say if you need something, you're lacking something. So he's lacking oil. Maybe he wants a nice glossy coat because he's the long-haired one. No, I wouldn't have known. But yeah, he must have something in it. They say that, but they haven't updated older channels from the last lot of changes. No, it's funny, when they roll things out, they never roll out order. They just randomly roll things out. It's just random. I don't know how they do it. It's like this handles thing. They're just randomly selecting people. And I've got it on all my channels now, but you can't pick different ones. It's just one for your whole thing. So if you've got more than one channel, you can't pick a different handle. You can just have one. So all my channels are New Beginnings, My Everyday Life. And that's it, because there's not enough letters. Lacking some steak. So I'd sticking, oh, your hubby's strict diet. Yeah, how's he doing? I'll always remember your hubby's mic, because you got a mic and I got a mic. Yeah. What else was I going to say? Oh, I was talking about picking the olives. Yeah, so how am I doing on my own doing that? Because, you know, this is the first year totally I'm doing it all myself. I've done most of it before, but I had help last year with the huge trees being cut down by Magnus. I think he did about 5 trees. Mia did 1 big tree, but the ones they did, they're going to need, because they were the giant trees, they took them down to, I would say, not half, maybe they took a third off of them, so they're still really big trees. So I've got to really, if you've seen, I do a little walk round to sort of just remind you how small some of them have. I've cut them down to now, because they was big, like you imagine big olive trees before. So those ones I've got to cut again, like really severe, because I'm so pleased with the olives. I was going to put that up next, but I've had to change the order because of my parcel. I want to get that video out there. Let me just look. Today I put up on this channel 3 new pallet wood projects, all in one video, changes and additions at our Cyprus homestead. So something I've been talking to you about for a long time, something I've been started. It's not finished, you just see the start of it happening. It's going to be a long job with the hoogles, something I'm doing different with the hoogles. And there's 2 other projects in the video that Mike's doing. So my next video goes out, what are we on now, Wednesday, so it goes out Friday, and it's I got mail. If you know, my post box is more than 40 minutes away, closer to an hour away, so we only go to it if we're go to a bank or something in town. But I had to go to the hospital, so obviously that was literally on the way, so we did that. So I filmed a tiny bit of that just so you can see really what a hospital looks like in Cyprus, because obviously I can't film inside. But I don't know, some people think when you live in a rural or a different country things look different, so I'll just show you that. What else is in that? Goats. There's goats in that, as we were coming home later on to see the goats. What I did, there were 2 other things we did while we were there. And then the end of the video is actually we're home, so I can open the mail. Yay! So I got mail. I know a lot of people call it mail call or whatever, but I got mail. Yay! Ooh, you might be able to see some of the mail behind me. Ooh. Yeah, and I made a big boo-boo. Opening the mail, and I've had to put a, not disclaimer, but wait a minute. As I'm editing it, I thought, you fool, Dawn, you absolute fool. So like the video pauses, I put this disclaimer, not disclaimer, but for want of a better word, like wait a minute, like error alert. Now you're wondering, and then I carry on with the video and be like, duh. Oh dear. Where are we? Oh yeah, Dickon Patel's saying she's lacking steak. Yeah, you just get on with your muffins. He's doing much better. We'll go for a follow-up tomorrow. That's great. Yay. I so wish my brother had recorded when he lived in Bethel. Oh, Bethel. I had a friend. Her surname was Bethel. Alaska, right? He worked at the furthest north hospital in Alaska, I think. You have to take a tiny plane to get there. Yeah, our emergency services helicopter, only for speed, because if we did ever get the highly venomous snake bite, we're not near the antidote quick enough, so I guess we get, because our fire here is fire brigade is helicopter, as you probably know. I have done videos on that in the past. I don't think I've done the pylon helicopter video. Do any of you guys get that where you live, where they come and test the pylons and they have a helicopter come? I'll have to post that at some point. Not that I haven't got things to post, but I'll have to post that. What else? I asked about cleaning my jewellery. That's cool. I want any of you that know about your hemp. We were talking about this last video again, and Neil was great giving me info. If any of you can make a video on hemp, that would be really awesome. And Neil, you said about going to get the hemp seeds. I asked Mike, that place I was talking to you about wasn't anywhere in the vicinity of where we were going, but now he's aware that at some point we need to make a direction. What he tends to do, if he goes anywhere, he'll plan a route around where there's things he needs, such as shopping. He goes to about 2 or 3 different places and he'll do a circular route. We never just go somewhere for going somewhere, hence why I haven't been to Jumbo. I've got a list. I need to go to Jumbo again. Oops, I've gone backwards. No snake up there, but he had to watch out for moose when going to work. They're mean. Yeah, I've seen moose attacking a school playground. They have like safety, I suppose, electronic fencing. I'm not sure if it's a school. I'm not sure. But they have some sort of safety wire around schools, and one broke it down. I've seen footage of that. Really mean. Yes, really mean animals, so you have to watch those. Updates. I have read a little bit more of my book, so I've read this much. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. I think it's going to be typical ending. The two that you so don't think will go together will end up together. I don't want it to be so, because he's actually with another woman at the moment, not married or engaged or anything, but committed. But she's already married to someone else, but he's a meanie. So yeah, you can see where that's going, can't you? But enjoying it. It's what I call an easy read, so I can pick it up, put it down. I do want to keep reading it, but obviously time factor at the moment, hence why nothing else has been done on the old apronage. That's going to wait till the olives are finished. Yes, so how am I doing with the olives? I have got, it sounds really good, 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 1, 2, 3. I'm on a tree now, so I need to finish it, but it's a massive one, absolutely full of olives. So I've got that to do. Then there's 3 huge trees, the ones that Magnus chopped. And then 2 more really big one by the swimming pool, one next to that. But they're like bullets covered. So it's 5 and a little bit more finishing a little tree. So let's say 5.5 trees left to do. That sounds really good, doesn't it? But they're the biggest and fullest trees. So I'm planning on all day tomorrow picking. Mostly I've just been doing mornings and then relaxing a bit more in the afternoon and getting other stuff done, like posting or whatever else I've had to do or edit. But tomorrow I want to literally pick. It's tiring. Now, they're not high trees, apart from these ones I'm about to do now, but I get neck ache because I can't look up for long and I can't really look down for long, and there's a bit of picking up off the ground a little bit if I miss the bucket, because we pick all by hand, no machines, no vibrators, no nets, and drop them all down because that actually spoils them. And as I say, I have got a video. I did say, shall I do a video on it or shall I not? And people are like, oh, I want to see. So I thought, how can I make it different? So I literally talk about, there's a bit of me picking at the end as well, and how many I'd picked so far at that point. And I've done before, going to the olive mill and all that. If you will see that there are videos on that, But I talk a little bit about how I chop them down and how some experts said you won't get any olives next year. And I'm like, look at these olives, and it's like this on every tree. And I would say the trees are fuller than they've ever been, because you've got the light in and the air's circulated, the sun's got to all the olives. So really pleased. That's why I want to hack the others down as soon as I finish picking, and all the others will need a normal prune, because once the olives grow they really droop down. I just want to trim them all up again and really future proof again. It made such a difference, the ones I really cut small, that I can't wait to get these other ones cut down. So that will save me time. Where are we? I attacked a I attacked a moose. It was a chocolate one. Sorry, I let myself out. I love moose. You will like Ashley. Shame you don't want to ever come here, Ashley, because we're not 5-star. There's a cake here, black and white. You must have seen a post on it before at some point. If you want to see it, go on, I think it's the Workaways one, where it's Magnus and Mia. They're the ones I'm talking about today, where I interview them or whatever. And they actually give us the money. When they went, they'd left the money behind to say, get a black and white. It's because we'd got it for them while they were here, and they really loved it. And we said, oh, we'll try and save up and we'll get one for Christmas. It's a special treat. I think it was someone's birthday. That's why we got it. And they'd left the money behind to say, get yourself one for Christmas. And we're like, oh, how sweet. So I took a picture of it, and there was bits already busy when I took the picture, because we have a family size one, obviously, me and Mike. And it's like mousse. It's chocolate sponge cake, but it's mousse. It's really nice. So it's called black and white. That's all they call it. Haven't taken time to read a book here. Well, I need to do that. I used to read every day. Yeah, I do like Kindle, because I only use the free books, whatever are free, but it's given me a library. I so miss a library. Oh, and one of the family channels I watch, she's gone back to the library after so many years, and I miss library. I just love roaming. Not so much going to a bookshop and buy a new book. It's the aspect of free reads. So although I like a book in my hand, I don't like hardbacks. I like this. I like quite a thick book, actually, as well. You feel like, oh, a book, substantial. This is the sort of size I really prefer to read. And as I say, I rotate between easy reads and then something knowledgeable or a bit more serious. So, yeah, I do fluctuate. I wouldn't say I've got a favourite type of book, really. I like to learn things in a book. And that's why I like, we don't really get book sales here. But if there's a book sale, that kind of thing. There was one here years ago. It was a second-hand bookshop, closed down because the people hadn't got licence to be a business. And they'd sort of set it up in a corner of another shop, and they got caught out. And so they had a week or something to get out, get rid of all the books, and she was selling them cheap. And that's where I like to just pick up random books. When I do on my Monday lives, I sometimes do my themes, and I do the theme, let's take a look at a book I took from my book nook. They're what I call the obscure books, and I have to try and pull out some that I got from this book sale, just random books. I thought, oh, that'd be interesting. Not that you'd particularly go out and buy it, but if it's free or cheap, yeah. And that's what I've done on my Kindle. I just look all through the free ones, free to download or whatever you call it on that, and I'll have to put that on at some point. Actually, it takes ages to start up, but go through that and just read out some of the titles. I might do that if I remember, and then go through all the titles of what I've saved random. You've got neck problems too. It's awful. As I say, I'm not really stretching up. The ones I'm doing now are the bigger ones, but I don't know. It's tension. Such a stressful life I live. Where are we? I haven't taken time to read a book in a while. I need to do that. I used to read every day. I think if I had, we all generate our own time in life, but if I had more free time, I would read. I would just sit and read and read and read. If I didn't have YouTube, if I didn't have Homestead that isn't a homestead, the homestead that isn't a homestead, I would read. Some people go, oh, I'd bake and cook. No, I would read. I'd just sit and read. But then I'd be so unhealthy by just sitting and reading all the time. So I've got an exercise bike. I can't hold a book and cycle because I get travel sickness. It's just a movement. I can't hold it still to read. So, yeah, I'm not very good with audio books. I've said this before. With my condition, I need face-to-face or something a bit interactive. I can listen for a bit, but no, I need to read and see. Andrew, I gotten so behind in the garden. I looked out the window and saw that my satsuma trees covered in bright oranges. Fortunately, they hold on the tree for a while. Satsumas. Why did I not know you've got satsumas? Obviously, don't watch your videos enough. I didn't know you had satsumas. We have mandarins. We got mandarins. Satsumas. Cool. Do you just eat them or do you do something fancy with them? We have a little used bookstore. Where they give you the credit towards buying more books when you turn your old ones. Yeah, they had those here. Well, I say here in town. There were two. And they were sort of sister ones, as in one would refer you to the other because they were the other end of the town. I don't know if that's still there. When we first lived it over the other side in Ziggy, that was kind of the halfway point this way, that it's the halfway point the other way from here. So we used to go the other end of the town there sometimes. And I did go in there a few times, first of all, when we first came here. I suppose charity shops here. See, we don't have all the things you have, like this Dollar Tree and those type of shops. There are a few charity shops, but not like I've seen on some of the YouTubes. Some of you have these really massive charity places. They're like, whoa, really massive. And France has their Bucons. I was like, oh my goodness, we need things like that. We haven't got anything like that. But yeah, the very small, very few charity shops. I guess I could go in there and look for books and things. What was it I wanted to go in there for? Oh, I haven't shown it yet, but my friend, if you saw my herbs, I can't remember if it was in a video or I don't think it was. No, it was on community post. My friend gave me like an old bathroom rack. You know, it stands on the floor, or you could put vegetables on it. Stands on the floor. It's got kind of arches and it's got like 3 shelves, if you like. They don't come out, just wire crisscross type things. And she had it, I think, in her bathroom, and the paint had all started coming off. And she's got used to the fact now. Bring me what you consider rubbish, and I'll soon say if I don't want it. And she's always bringing me now plastic tubs, like takeaway tubs and that, because I've said they're great for my indoor growing and all that. So she brings me all the stuff that she used to be embarrassed asking me, did I really want this? And I'm like, yeah. She's the one who brings me the books, the secondhand books. So she gave me one of these racks. And then a little while ago, she's got another one. So I've at the moment got them all lined up on my patio. That's where I'm growing the herbs at the moment, and I think my basil's died. Anyway, they're on there. And then I said because she said, I thought you could bring them in your conservatory for your winter growing. I said, yeah, I will, and then bring them back out again. So she's given me those. So I'm saying that's somewhere I'd like to go to, a charity shop, and see if they got that kind of thing. We looked in Jumbo, and I think a small one was $6.99, which isn't bad, but if I can get like charity shop ones, you probably go to charity shop and they go, oh, about €7. I'll be like, no, I don't think so. So yeah, I want to go to a charity shop, see if I can find anything worthwhile for growing in. I know basil dies off. Remember, I've never grown it before. I know it dies off, but I said we had, I think it was 2 days of like really sharp rain. Even though they're on the patio, the rain came across and it got soaked. Now it looks all very flimsy and really like wilted. Will it come back, or has it finished? I think that flowers, doesn't it? What shall I do with him? What shall I do with basil? He looks well wilty and like he's all withered. He's got too wet. So what shall I do with basil? I like Mills and Boone, cardigan on, eat chocolate, wait for my hero to turn up. You've said that before, Ashley. Do you really like Mills and Boone? Because you've said that before, that you like Mills and Boone. I don't know if you're messing with me or if you really do like Mills and Boone. I have several satsumas. A few baby limes now too. Haven't done anything fancy with them, but not sure what I may do this year. Like a pudding flan. I think you call it a pie. Pies have lids, but I think in America you don't always have a lid and call it a pie. So I'd call that a flan. I don't know if you call it a flan. Or you can make like a sponge base, and then you can put things in and the satsumas on as well. So you could make a sort of spongy casing, and then you can put like, do you have custard? Do you know custard? I don't know what you're on about. Like a custardy thing, like a trifly custard, and then thick whipped cream, and then satsumas all decorated round. Lovely. Yes. Did you get that? Or I think you call it, you could put, oh gosh, what do you call it? Like that instant pudding mix we call Angel Delight, that kind of thing. You can make that in the spongy flan, anything like that. Well, that's Andy. Be right back. Need to get mail out the box. If I had to go and get mail out the box, I'd be like about 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back. Oh, you modern cons you got. You mod cons. Who knows what colour letterboxes we have in Cyprus? Anyone know what colour letterboxes? England has red letterboxes. What do you guys have? Do you have those like can things, don't you? Like those metal, they look like dustbins. That's your mailboxes, isn't it? Are they just silver or blue or something? They look like trash cans. Am I right in thinking that? England has red. What colour mailboxes? Letterboxes we have, like England, like a letterbox. What colour do we have? Not green. Not green. Curious about the earrings. Oh, I had them at the beginning. I'm doing this thing now, Ashley. Are you peering at my earrings? It's so I make sure I use all my earrings. And last week I had little piggy heads. Oh, you was on, wasn't you? Because I was saying, if you wasn't on, I was saying the little piggy heads to make me think of Piggles, even though Piggles isn't a pig. I was wearing, in honour of Piggles, my little piggy earrings, and it had little wobbly eyes that moved. So if you wasn't on when I was showing those, look on. So these are skeletons for Halloween. I did show them last year on my community post. So there. And I think it was Peter said they were cool. And I say, yeah, they've got no body fat on, so they're really cool. They're quite cold, in fact. No, not me. I might have been hacked. I thought you were joshing with me, but you never know. Lots of junk mail today. We don't get that. We don't get that. The only thing we get put in the mailbox is, and on the video that I'm posting on Friday to show my mail call. Yeah, I got mail. I've actually shown where we get the mail from, so you get more of an idea. And where Mike goes is the back of the post office. It's only a small post office. So he walks up steps. You'll see him walk up steps and go, and he goes past the door. That's the back of the post office, but you can't go in that door. And then he goes round and you'll see where he gets our mail from. And then you'll see the size of the box and what the setup is. And then if you get a slip in there to say you've got a parcel too big, or as it turns out needs signing for, then you just walk round and go in the front. You're lucky. Yeah, the only thing we do get pushed in there is like your supermarket offers, like they do a little about 8-page newsletter you get from them, that kind of thing. We don't get none of this couponing malarkey. That's a really weird thing that I hear the Americans have, couponing, and don't get that sort of thing. We get countless takeaway leaflets. Yeah, no delivery here. No delivery here. It's funny, I'm listening to Boom Radio. Ashley, you might be interested in this. Boom, BOOM, Boom Radio. And you can get it on the internet. You can get it on an app. I don't know if there's an actual station you can tune into, but just type in Boom Radio or boomradio.com and it'll come up. And Mike's put it on my laptop and he's got it on his laptop. But you can have it on your phone from an app and all that. And what it is, Ashley, it's all the DJs that you probably have heard of that have all collaborated together and made Boom Radio. They don't play barely any modern tunes. It's mostly 50s, 60s, 70s. I think there's a bit of 80s in there, but mostly 60s, 70s, I would say. And I'll tell you the DJs, excuse me, anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about. Oh, Blue, no, Blue's on. David Hamilton, they all do it from their own homes. So whatever time they're on, they've got it all set up in their own homes. You've got Jenny Hanley, who was on How. Do you remember her? And she was a Bond girl as well. So you've got Jenny Hanley, David Hamilton. If you know Capital Radio, I don't know if you two know Capital Radio. It's London's main radio station. You've got all their people. You've got Graham Dean, Kid Jensen, David Kid Jensen, all the old Radio 1 people, all the old Radio Caroline people, all the old Radio Luxembourg people. You've got them. So go on Boom Radio and it's great. There are not adverts, but there's a couple of sponsorships on there. So a couple of times that. And you get the news on there and it's Sky News. So at news time, you get Sky News. So Sundays, you get a little bit of a gardening bit around our lunchtime. There's a gardening bit. But yeah, do look it up. Boom Radio. Where are we? We get countless takeaway leaflets. So Tony has been on the phone pretty much on and off all day. Oh, told him to put off now because I see when he gets home. Oh, bless. Yeah, we get loads of takeout ads too. Bills aren't fun either. I know Radio Caroline people. Like, Oh, like for reals, I used to work with some of them. Yeah, most of them are on Boom Radio now. Radio Caroline, that's a blast from the past. Yeah, Radio Caroline, Radio Luxembourg. I used to also do, I used to get the magazine, Fab 208. Fab 208 was the magazine. But I was Capital Radio, that's what I listened to. My sister listened to Radio 1. As I say, it's David Hamilton and Judy Spires, she's on there. Loads of people. I'm trying to think of some more names. But anyway, all the old timers, all the sort of good people, they've all got together and done it. As I say, it's not adverts, but there's a couple of sponsorships on there, and it's playing the old good music. Some of them do different sort of segments. So one is talking about million sellers. So one program's that, and all number ones, and that is all old music. So that's pretty cool. So you need to have a look at that. What else? I've got my carobs here. I'm supposed to be getting the seeds out the carobs. Hey, get the seeds out the carobs because I'd pick those. So they need seed in them. I kept a few back. So I get the seeds. That one's not dried out. That one is. Listen. Don't know if you can hear that. So that one's ready to open. Let's see if I can open one. Oh, I haven't got anything with me to open with. I have to snap. So I just snapped it. Can you see the seeds? There's loads. It's like a pea pod. There's loads in there. Oh, I've just dropped it on the floor. Wait, I'm always dropping things on the floor in my life. Got it. So there's a carob seed. Oh, what are we on? Oh, on the 26th. So I've got to think of the next person to get my seeds. So yeah, I can sit here and get some seeds out. You wouldn't now eat the carob now. Once you shake it like that, it's dried out too much. Of course I have carob seeds. I have loads of carob trees. Have I not posted that bit yet? I think I've posted that, what I've just been doing with my carobs. Was that with the citrus one? I think that's with that one. I've got loads of videos on carobs. Yes, if you look back, the one before the snakeskin one. So I've just posted the pallet wood project today. Then the one before that, snakeskin. The one before that is pruning all citrus and fruit trees, plus harvesting my carobs and how I use them. I didn't say that I do this and then give them away. So if anyone wants carob seeds, then it's your turn, because you'll all get a turn of getting my seeds. I just can't do you all at once. You know that. And then you can grow your own carob trees. And under the video I've just mentioned, I have done a link to the about carobs. Don't want to miss any. I have done a link. I want a little pot for those. Wait. Got nothing here. Put them on there for a minute, because I don't want it mixed up. Yes, I have done a link to all about carobs for anyone who doesn't know about carobs. But yeah, when you rattle them, they're gone. But when they're still the dark brown straight off the tree, you can chew on it and have it neat like that. But normally they actually process them. Remember watching something about carrots, some such thing. Love carrots loads more than chocolate. Yeah, you'd like the sauce. Have you not got carob tree yet, Blue? One day. It's so versatile. anyone who can't have chocolate, like animals, as Blue says, like dogs, they make it into anything chocolate. Used to pinch them out the jar. So she bought carob buttons. So versatile. They also used carobs in the making of vinyl records. They also used it in making lipstick. So many diverse things. They make it into a syrup for upset stomachs. It's very good for your stomach. And as they say, and Blue's saying, anyone who can't have chocolate or sweet things, although it is sweet, but anything like that. If you look at my last video of Omedos, the village, you'll see that as I show you the shops and what they sell, there's some products that are all made from carob. Wait, put that there. I've never had carob. It's probably one of the easiest things to harvest here, grow and harvest. Olives, definitely. Carobs, probably second. They're just everywhere. We've got massive trees in our garden. The one I sit at the stone table a lot, that's not our biggest carob tree, and that looks pretty big. I think, I did show some of the trees in the video of the pruning the citrus trees. And when you see me raking, first of all, picking up the carobs, the very first bit, that's the back area of the stone table. So it's behind where the stone table is. Carobs, I've read that bit. Not yet, one day I'll be on the list. Everybody will be on the list. I want to try and bump up this list and see if somewhere I can do 2 a month. But if I start it, I can't stop it. So not quite in that position yet. I think it gets too cold here. We're in zone 8B and carobs like 9 to 11. I don't know your zone things. I think it's brilliant though. In America, you have these zone number things. I think that's great. Because if you're like looking for land specifically to grow specific things, you just find out what your zone is. 9 to 11. So would I be 9 to 11? Would I? Would I be 9 to 11? See, Blue knows all these numbers. You can grow them in a greenhouse if you're in zone 8, but the trees get massive. Okay, so she's already there. You could keep them in a reasonably manageable size of tree if you have them in a container. It's all good, no rush. Still dreaming about that greenhouse. Gotta shoot. Pew, pew, pew. Glad you like your email. Yeah, do share it. It's adorable. It really made my dad like, Mike, I got an email from Ashley. Like, oh yeah. What's he sending? What is it? He doesn't talk like that. I said, oh, look. He goes, oh. Have a good day, Ash. Grow all sorts in the polytunnel greenhouse, like pistachios, and they happily survive winter out there. And we are what would be zone 8 here, right? So you know your stuff. You know what zone would I be? Well, I must be between 9 and 11, whatever that is. Maybe. So where in America is zone 9 to 11? What is the deserty areas? What number is the deserty areas in America? It says Cyprus ranges from zone 9B to 11A. Most of it is 10A. Interesting. What does that mean? Because just here, Slightly down is completely different here to slightly above us. I just talk about the pine trees in one of my walk ones that you haven't seen yet. Just slightly. Hey, Treasure Woman! Sorry if I'm not looking at you. I'm getting the seeds out the carobs. You hear them? I'm getting the seeds out the carobs, so I'm sitting here. Where are we? Where was I? So you don't get very cold. I put a jumper on. This is the other thing. Slightly above us gets much more rain, much more cold. Going up, I don't know how I can say distance. I don't know. Let's say less than 10 minutes in the car straight up. They can get snow up there. We would never have snow here. Never, never, never. So, but remember, we're straight up. So you're inclining very quickly. But that's probably 10 minutes in the car. So that's what I'm saying about just that distance can be a huge difference in weather even. Oh, got a bit of skin there. I'm running out of space. Can you see them on the spoon? Oh, look. Ooh. oh, two falling off. Whoops. I'm getting seeds out. Yeah, see, now that's the other thing. It says Limassol, right? Technically, we're Limassol, but we're nowhere near Limassol. We're over an hour away from Limassol, even though the region, and again, just up the road, is still Limassol. Right down by the sea, Limassol. They can have completely different climate to us. So when you see a weather forecast here, we actually have our weather forecast in literally towns rather than regions, because it is so different. Where we are in our little dip, though we're up, there's sort of a dip, and we can watch rain and storms and months that we won't even get that. So it's just really bizarre. It's so different. Let's go back a bit. Let me look. Where was I? Ashley's gone. Means you're in semi-arid desert. That sounds about right. So yes, we do get rain. We get rain maybe end of November, sometimes not till December. We can have Christmas Day really hot, meaning not even a t-shirt hot. Now, this time of year, I've been getting sunburnt while I've been picking the olives. But now, what is it now? 7 o'clock at night, just before the live, because I've been wearing like rubbishy clothes to pick, like spaghetti tops, you know, really old stuff I do because I go in the trees and that. But because I came in, I was like, right, okay, I'll put a t-shirt on. So it's cooling down, but it's not cold. Mornings might get up about 5. Here, put a light top on. But within, well, by 7, before 7, I would say, because I'm by 7, yeah, I've done quite a bit outside. I go out 6, it's light, so I start picking about 6. By 7, definitely, I'm really hot and I've like taken the top layer off a t-shirt or whatever and got a spaghetti top on underneath. So, yeah. Just watching the ads first, bless you. Zone 10A is minus 1.1 degrees C to 1.7. Interesting. It says Limassol is 10A, Nicosia, which is right over the other side. That's our capital. And it's Lefkosia. Lefkosia, but yeah, a lot of people know it as Nicosia, but its real name is Lefkosia. And Limassol is Limassos. Never say never, hun. There's snow in the Sahara. Yeah. Never so far. And to be honest, it just doesn't get that cold. We don't get fog or frost or anything like that. Yeah, it's interesting though. As I say, it's really good that you have that, because is there also some sort of thing that's temperature, but I believe you also have something that tells you like the land, as in grassy or growable soil, like the soil. That's what I mean, like the soil. There's something about that as well, isn't there, that you have, or you can find out. So you know straight away, not just weather, but what the soil, or is that part of the numbers? Must be, because you said like arid and whatever. But yeah, I think that's really cool to know that. Ooh, nearly got one. Is there one in that bit? Yes, I can hear it. Hear one rattling in there. I should get Kit on this. Kit that likes to eat the olives. I should put this out. Go, yum, yum, yum. I'm going to keep this bit that I'm breaking up, because it's good for their coats as well. It's like the olive oil. We have people that buy our olive oil for their dogs, and they put it in their dog feed, and it makes their coats glossy. Nice earrings. I've shown it. It's my Halloween earrings. Thanks. Look. Ooh. Look, skeletons. Ooh. Here's skeletons. I was saying they're not heavy. They're not heavy at all. They're actually very light. Thanks for liking those. I've obviously not been wearing them during the day, because going in and out the olive trees and that, I try not to wear earrings. That's why a lot of the time as well, you'll see just my stud ones. I tend to wear them most of the time, the stud ones, but in the olive trees I won't. I'm just trying to catch in them. The zones mostly have to do with how cold it gets where you are, but it's just averages, because there are also microclimates on the individual properties. Yeah, that's kind of what I was kind of meaning with mine. That, oh, where did that bit go? One's just shot under the laptop. Can't see it. Can't see it. Sorry for lifting you. Plenty of areas, same growing zone as me, but they could have completely different climate. Right. Here there's a lot of shrubland. I guess you see that on my walks sometimes, particularly ones I've filmed that you haven't seen yet. There's just like these little shrubs everywhere. Here, when you buy the land, it doesn't change price depending on if you could grow on it or not, which is quite interesting. There's farm, not zones, we don't call it, there's farmland, like agricultural areas that you can't build on. There's that. So obviously that's a different price, but you wouldn't pay more for if it's all cultivated land, than if it's all shrubland, because you're buying the size of the land, and if it's no good for growing, you wouldn't buy it. But there's zones of areas where you can't build, so there's that. There's also, obviously where I am, you don't know if you've got mountainous rocks below, which you know we've got no soil at all. Everything you see here I've made and you know, with the pool digging out, it was touch and go. We might have suddenly come on against serious rock. So you just don't know really. But I wouldn't buy anywhere with all this shrubby stuff. We don't use the growing zones here in the UK really, as they can change so dramatically within an hour or less from area to area. Yeah. And that's why I say here, just the terrain, we're just so steep that, I mean, something where the man died, the neighbour below us, and there's no one there now, but where he was, he couldn't grow what we could grow, and vice versa. And you can see him from the side of my land. So it's, yeah, the height, just the all sorts. And he used to get it's not fruit fly, but like a little bug in his olives every year, and we never did. We don't spray or anything, and he didn't get that. And I said, well, if they're coming in from the sea or blowing in from other countries, you sometimes get that with the sandstorms. You get like bugs come in, they're hitting his first. So he got them all, and obviously all the olive trees are still there, and we've never had any problems at all like that. Okay, lovely, Andrea. My best to Mike, your Mike. All the best to him. Yeah, so it's all quite interesting, definitely. I've got quite a little collection now. The teaspoon is spilling over with carob seeds. It's spilling over. There's a lot in each carob, actually. As I say, imagine, oh, there's level falling out the spoon now. Yeah, that is probably, let's say, I can see the little bumps. I don't know if you can see the little bumps. Yeah, I think you can. So each of those bumps is a big seed. So what is there roughly? We reckon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At least 8 in there. See the little bumps there. So yeah, I've got to figure out, I think I know who's next. I'm trying to, with my free seed giveaway, I'm trying to jump around. I'm trying to not go all one area. I'm trying to jump around a little bit, and for different reasons, different people for different reasons, but I will get to you all. Hang on in there at some point. Oh dear. Yeah, so I think that's about all flashed out there. I think that's about all I had to catch up with everybody. I'm going to be back on picking my olives. Carob is part of the legume family, so that's why there's so many in a pod. Excellent. Excellent. So what would you do with it then, Blue? You'd make your doggy chocolate treats. You make your doggy chocolate treats. Doggy chocolate treats. And then we'd expect recipes. I imagine that you make your little doggy chocolate treats, and everyone's like, "Oh, we didn't know you had a dog." You're like, "No." I make chocky yummy things. No, I don't have a dog. They would be Blue treats. Yeah, can you imagine the recipes? Yeah. And I use the leaves. As I said on that video, that first of all, the neighbour comes and she gets them off the tree. They do it with the bamboo. You probably know. They come with a bit massive bamboo, knock them all down. And it's because this whole land she's got a place way further up as well with horses. And then she used to own from there down to where they don't live in it, but they go their weekends just above me. You'll see it sometimes in my videos. They normally have trucks outside. They just go their weekend. And then she owned all mine. Past the man that died, she owned all that all the way down And then they've got a farm much further down, way down, long way down. And she owned all that land, and then she divided it up and made these all into plots and sold all the plots. Hence why it was all marked out correctly at that time before satellite marking, because they marked it, measured it, marked it. Anyway, that's another story. Anyway, she comes first because I feel it's nice she does it, because technically the trees were on her land. So she comes and knocks it down and takes it for her horses. And then the first year she wanted to rake up all the leaves that have fallen down that. I said, no, leave that, because then all the dried leaves I use on my hoogles. And then any that have fallen down and she hasn't seen amongst the leaves, I now collect up and take to the stables for their horses of whatever's left. So they get quite a lot of uses. I don't make anything out of it because cost effective wise and time wise, I've got plenty of other crops and things to deal with. I am just one person. So I don't do anything else with them. You can sell them. You can sell them here, take them to the mill and they do stuff with them. But we don't do any of that. So yeah, it would be nice one day to see other things done with them. And yeah. So I think I'm going to leave it there today, guys, because I've just about finished all I can fit into that spoon. It's all spilling out everywhere. Seeds all over the desk. But it's kind of good actually to sit and do something like this while I'm chatting, because I feel I'm doing two things at once. Have an awesome rest of your week. You too. I'm going to still be picking olives. As I say, there's only about 5 or so trees left to do. Doesn't sound a lot, but they're the great big ones. They're going to take at least a day each one. That's how massive they are. So let's say another week. I'd like to be sitting here this time next week saying, I'm done. Not very likely. Harrogate Friday to me. Oh, right. Nice. Oh, that'd be lovely for you. Great. Oh, are you allowed to video? You're going to do a video? That would be really awesome. We can see a video. Oh, excited. Hoping so. I hope so. Oh, that'd be a really good one. Is he someone you like, sort of, oh, wow, he's someone you admire for cooking? And he creates a lot of stuff. Oh, that'd be really cool. Nice. Good for you. You need a nice trip out, a bit of fun, bit of blue time. That would be fantastic. That'd be really cool. It'd be lovely. Right, doing the last 2 of these. It's a little bit sticky. So I'm going to wash my hands, have something to eat. He was someone I was terrified of as a chef. And I want to ask him a very cheeky question. Oh, do we get to know or do we have to wait and see? Are you asking him who washes his pinny? Who washes his pinny? Wait and see. Okay, cool. That'd be really fun. Oh, well, have a wonderful time. No, not that. Have a wonderful time, Blue. You so deserve that. Have a really great time. And to everyone else, thanks very much for either being here in the chat or watching later. Thanks for all those thumbs up. Really appreciate that. Until next time, Meraki. Bye, guys.